twice. He looked at me again, and there's gonna be a fight. We're gonna rock this town, gonna rip this place apart. We're gonna rock this town, rock it inside out. We're gonna rock this town, make them scream and shout out. Let's rock, 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 man, rock. We're gonna rock till we pop, we're gonna roll till we drop. We're gonna rock this town, rock it inside out. We're gonna rock this town, rock it inside out. We're gonna rock this town, make them scream and shout. We're gonna rock till we pop, we're gonna roll until we drop. We're gonna rock this town, rock it inside out. We're gonna rock this town, rock it inside out. We're gonna rock this town, make them scream and shout. We're gonna rock till we pop, we're gonna roll until we drop. We're gonna rock this town, rock it inside out. We're gonna rock this town, rock it inside out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna rock this town, rock it inside out.
Next, please help me welcome the Apollophonics, led by Miss Sharon Darlin, accompanied by Miss Janet Mongrell. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for and from now on, till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have faith, you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't
wife, Karen. Ralph and Mary Bender, Wellington alumni. Representatives from our Poudre High School Impala Fund, Sally Buffington, Jamie Weiss-Groenwaller, Hank Thode, Stephanie Tomasini, and Jenny Makinen. And we have many local donors that we'll be recognizing later in the program. But please help me thank these individuals for their contributions to Poudre High School and for joining us this evening. Poudre High School is pleased to recognize the accomplishments of this year's graduates and their families, a new generation of Poudre High School alumni. The strength of our school community is in large part the result of the hard work and dedication represented in this room. We would like to formally acknowledge everyone who has supported the achievements of these students being honored tonight. Poudre High School staff and faculty, we'd like to recognize you for your support and commitment to these students. Parents, for all of the homework you've helped with, the deadlines you reminded your sons and daughters of, the scholarship applications that you've reviewed, and the overwhelming amount of emotional support that you've provided, please let us recognize you tonight as well. Now I would like to introduce our Masters of Ceremony for tonight's celebration. Hannah Duran, she is a teacher here. She was nominated for the Mary Hull Award, and that award recognizes outstanding teachers who teach in special education, also known as integrated services. And the MC for tonight is Nate Savick. He's also a teacher here, and he was nominated as Poudre High School's Promising Teacher of the Year.
Please help me celebrate the recipients and donors for these generous local scholarships. Will the donors please stand to be recognized when the recipient's name is read? The Wellington Middle School Parent Advisory Board is pleased to present the Wellington Eagle Scholarship. This award recognizes a student who has soared to great heights from Wellington Middle School to Poudre High School. Dr. Alicia Duran, Wellington Middle School Principal, and Assistant Principal Jennifer Bradshaw are pleased to honor this year's recipient, Jorge Amendarez. The Wellington High School Alumni Association Scholarship is sponsored by the alumni of Wellington High School. Ed Rice, former Wellington and PHS principal Janice Rice, and Ralph and Mary Bender are pleased to represent the Alumni Association in honoring this year's recipient, a Wellington Middle School alumna, to Garrett Ewing. The Chris Miranda Memorial Scholarship was established to honor Chris, who was an outstanding athlete and class president for 3 years at Poudre High School. While Chris achieved countless awards and accomplishments, the true measure of his success was the humble manner in which he carried himself and the people he impacted with his life. It is our hope that this year's recipients will realize their full potential, dream big, and make other people's lives matter. Van and Mary D. Miranda awards this year's scholarship to Jacqueline Rodriguez Mora. Marlene Duncan and Catherine Price Scholarship. Dean and Marlene Duncan spent their careers educating young adults in the Poudre School District. Marlene taught in the Language Arts Department at Poudre for over 20 years. While teaching here, she deeply touched students with her humor, wit, compassion, intelligence, humanity, and dedication. Kathy Price was a student of Marlene Duncan's at Poudre High School. She went on to become an English teacher and the English department chair at Poudre. Marlene Duncan and Kathy Price proudly award this year's scholarship to Malcolm Goldman. Lincoln Taylor Walsh Memorial Scholarship was established to honor the memory of Lincoln Walsh. After graduating from Poudre High School, Lincoln attended the University of Wyoming, where he continued his love of learning and helping others through his work as a paramedic and EMT. This scholarship is given to a student who will attend the University of Wyoming and exhibits Lincoln's incredible character and love of life, family, and friends. Terry Walsh and family are here to recognize this year's recipient, Leif Eisman. The Lynch Family Scholarship honors two former PHS staff members. Joe came to Poudre as assistant principal in 1967, and when he retired in 1979, Katie joined the Poudre staff, teaching business classes and sponsoring the pep club. Joe and Katie Lynch enriched the lives of many young people throughout their extensive careers in education. The Lynch family wishes to continue Joe and Katie's vision for young people by providing this scholarship to a Poudre High School student who demonstrates character and a desire to learn. Representing the Lynch family, Sharon Weaver, proudly presents this year's award to Elijah N. Walsh. The Poudre High School Impala Fund Scholarship, established in 1995, is dedicated to providing financial support to programs that may otherwise fall to budgetary constraints. The Impala Fund Board of Directors is pleased to offer 8 scholarships, recognizing students for their leadership in school, extracurricular activities, community service, vocational and work experience. Here to celebrate with these students are members of the Impala Board. The 2017 Poudre High School Impala Fund Scholarship recipients are Jorge Amendarez, Ahmed Ismet, Josie Hennessy, Valeria Hernandez, Chloe Schaub, Brienne Solhasek, Brooke Richter, and Kimberly Pinnell.
High School Football Booster Scholarship in honor of Taylor Gaze. The Taylor Gaze Memorial Scholarship for Taylor attended Poudre High School, contributing his time not only to his studies, but also as an athlete. His excellent character and compassion for sports made Taylor an excellent role model. Shannon and Dawn Gaze are here tonight to honor their son Taylor and award the scholarship to Brendan Kelly. The Poudre High School Football Touchdowns Club Scholarship, represented by Kim Young and Mr. and Miss Rich Yonkers. Recipients are Garrett Ewing and Tanner Parrott. Poudre High School FFA Oyster Fry Scholarship, represented by our very own Mackenzie Crooks and Andy Womack. Recipients are Catherine Reardon, Emily Rodriguez, and Carly Stutz. The Sandra Lunk Student Council Leadership Scholarship was created to honor Miss Lunk's leadership, drive, passion, and dedication for Poudre High School over her 30-year career. Miss Lunk was a teacher, coach, student council advisor, activities director, and served as principal for 14 years. Therefore, it is very appropriate that Ms. Lunt's name be associated with this award that is given to an outstanding student leader. This is a unique award as it is funded, and the recipient is selected by the student council members and sponsors. The 2016 nominee for the Sandra Lunt Student Council Leadership Scholarship is Eliza Walsh. The Don Unger Scholarship was created when Dr. Unger retired in 2003 from Poudre School District after 34 years in education. Dr. Unger is a passionate advocate for students who strive to succeed despite obstacles and challenges. Through this scholarship, Dr. Unger and his family help support students who participated in the AVID program with dreams to attend a college or university and obtain a degree. The Don Unger family celebrates this year's recipient, Winter Olivas. The Elevations AVID Foundation Scholarship is also an advocate for students who strive to succeed despite obstacles and challenges. Through the scholarship, the Elevations AVID Foundation helps support students who participate in the AVID program with dreams to attend college or university and obtain their degree. This year's recipients are Jacqueline Rodriguez Mora and Lizette Madrigal. Alonzo Martinez was an alumnus of Fort Collins High School. He graduated in January of 1944 and enlisted in the Army. A year later, in January 1945, at the age of 18, he died in the Battle of the Bulge in Berlin. The American Legion Post 187 is named in his honor, along with the Alonzo Martinez Scholarship. Carmen Martinez is here to celebrate the 63rd year of the Alonzo Martinez Scholarship. This year's recipients are Brianne Silhasic and Noelle Villameza.
The Manuel Cordova Scholarship. Manuel Cordova was born and raised in Fort Collins, Colorado. He graduated from Fort Collins High School and received a BA in physical education from CSU. Manuel was an educator and coach for Poudre School District for 27 years. Manuel was instrumental in the coordination of the Poudre School District Elementary Track Meet, which continues to be a standard event every spring. After his passing, they renamed the event Manuel Cordova District Elementary Track Meet. O'Day and Dunn Elementary, where Manuel was a teacher, coach and mentor to many students, honored his memory with the naming of their gymnasium and playground. Manuel received the celebrated accolade of being named one of the 101 Memorable Men of Northern Colorado, a publication by Arlene Albright. The recipients are Erica Castro Hernandez and Guy Segale. The Rotary Club Scholarship recipients are, for the Rotary Morrison Scholarship, Amanda Burke and Kimberly Pinnell. For the Rotary Richard Stokes Scholarship, Chloe Shaw. The Shepherdson STEM Educating All Children Scholarship, the recipients are Christy Perry and Elijah Ann Walsh. The Poudre Education Association Scholarship recipient is Claire Hayhow. Poudre Retired School Employees Association Scholarship recipients are Jackson Hamby and Lizette Madrigal. The Green Event Scholarship recipient is Stuart Quentin Olive Larson. The Knights of Columbus Scholarship recipient is Brendan Kelly. The Sandra Cobell Powell Scholarship recipients are Guy Segele, Brooke Richter, Taylor Hansen, and Garrett Ewing. The Tutoring Club Future Teacher Scholarship recipients are Eliza Ann Walsh and Taylor Hansen. The Wayne Bromley Scholarship recipient is Valeria Hernandez. The Wellington Eye Care Scholarship recipient is Rebecca Stanton. The PACE Scholarship recipient is Eliza Ann Walsh. The Martha Scott Trimble CSU Scholarship recipient is Chloe Shaw. The Elks Academic Scholarship recipient is Eliza Ann Walsh. The Elks Vocational Scholarship recipients are Ramon Valderrama Sanchez and Guy Segele. The new Elks Colorado State Scholarship, as of this year, goes to Andrew Dorsch. And I'm pleased to introduce the new scholarships that were just added this year. Sandra and David Smizer Art Scholarship in honor of Ruth Smizer and Gloria Boone. The recipients are Ramon Valderrama and Logan Rowley. Sandra and David Smizer Education Scholarship in honor of David and Sandra Smizer. The recipients are Erica Castro Hernandez and Brianne Silhasek. Sandra and David Smizer STEM Scholarship in honor of Virgil Boone and James Boone. The recipients are Victoria Centeno and Jacqueline Rodriguez Moore. Sandra and David Smizer Career Technical Education Scholarship recipient is Guy Segele. And then we have the Ubuntu Scholarship. These recipients were recognized and nominated by their middle school principal after they fulfilled their 4-year contract at Poudre High School, demonstrating Poudre pride by being upstanding students, holding a GPA of a 3.2 or better, and having an extracurricular activity. These students are Guadalupe Pegroso Riboda, Katie Jo Kelly, Brianna Lester Kleinheider, Tanner Perrick.
Those were our amazing local scholarships, and now let's honor all of our scholarship recipients. Make it fun! Some dancing! Keep it interesting! First is Caroline Adrian. Okay, Jorge Maximiliano Armendariz. Ramon Valderrama Sanchez. Jackson Bennett. Olivia Brett. Amanda Burke. James Campbell. Mallory Cannon. Erica Castro Hernandez.
Love was handmade.
Malcolm Goldman. Jackson Hamby. Taylor Hanson. Claire Hayhow. Josephine Hennessy. Valeria Hernandez. James Outro. Grace Lucia Hutchins. Javari Hunt. Adam Hero. Brendan Kelly. Katie Jo Kelly. Kelly Kepler. Caitlin Luzine. Lizette Priscilla Madrigal. Ellis Markey. Dylan Marsh. William Brian Mosley. Winter Olivas. Stuart Quentin Larson. Kim Pinnell. Christy Perry. Aubrey Powell. Let's go back to Tanner Perrick. Netra Ramchander. Shayla Reeves. Brooke Richter. Anne-Marie Roberts. Garrett Robbins. Emily Rodriguez. Jacqueline Rodriguez Mora. Samuel Roth. Logan Rowley. Ariel Roy. Layla Salinas. Chloe Shaw. Yee Segele. Brianne Silasic. Fiona Shields. Anton Smirnov. Connor Smoyer. Cameron Spath. Rebecca Stanton. Harley Stutz. Sydney Sullivan. Esther B. Noelle Villaveza. Andrew Bowles.
going up and down these stairs. But we really wanted tonight to be a time that they could actually have their moment under the spotlight here, because it's definitely worth celebrating your accomplishments. Had we read all of your accomplishments there, we might not be out of here until about 10. So very impressive, all of you. Scholarship recipients, please stand. And as these lights go on, I want to tell you that this class of 2017 together reported scholarship offerings totaling, drumroll, $10,600,788. Thank you for supporting these young men and women who rely on their gifts to continue their educational dreams. What an amazing accomplishment. All right, so students, I'd now like to introduce a very special guest for you. He is our speaker tonight, and it is great pleasure that I introduce a 2006 graduate of Poudre High School, former student of mine, and let's see here. Well, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So I think I'm just going to let his very own video make his introduction. Here. So one thing that's amazing is that this grad, he actually had the opportunity to be in South Africa right now, filming a documentary, I think for Red Bull, if I'm correct. And for some reason he chose to come here and speak to our new alumni, or soon-to-be alumni, as the keynote speaker. And he's got such an amazing story to tell, and hopefully a pretty inspiring story for all of the soon-to-be graduates. So I'm going to have him come on up, and then he'll be able to show his work right after his speech. So please help me welcome Alex Colby, 2016.
And also when you stream it, could you put it in HD? Because I wanted you guys to see how cool it is in high definition. My name's Alex, and this is really fun for me to be up here. The last time I was up here, I was Mr. Poudre High School. Actually, no, I wasn't. I didn't win. Unfortunately, I was Mr. Poudre Swimming, and for the swimsuit competition, we danced to "You Sexy Thing," and I was in a Speedo, and then my whole team surprised everyone behind, and it was great, and I thought that was going to be a given win. But then my talent was playing Coldplay, and that kind of didn't go over that well. But actually, I wanted to share the talent that I was going to share, and I'm going to do that right now, because I've had dreams about how I could have won this if I did this talent. So first, to start off my speech, I'm going to play Super Mario with my mouth. Okay. It would have been a lot cooler because we would all be in costumes, Super Mario costumes and stuff, but anyways. So I graduated Poudre in 2006. I grew up on Smith Street and grew up there all my life. And if you asked me back then if I'd be a filmmaker living in New York City for the past 7 years, I wouldn't believe you. And so tonight I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and how I got here. Actually starting from this event tonight. I was in the crowd like one of you guys, and I had gotten a scholarship to go to Bowdoin College in Brunswick, Maine, and I was going to study biology. And I remember feeling very anxious to be going to school so far from Fort Collins, and scared to focus on biology because I knew deep down I didn't like it. But I wanted a good paying job and I wanted to make my parents proud. Jump to a year later, and I'm home for my first year of college. My highest grade in any science course I had taken was a C. And I knew now I definitely didn't want to do biology, but I had no clue what I wanted to do. I took a photography class, which I loved, but I had zero intention on that becoming my focus. And so that summer, I saved my money. I was working as a manager at the City Park pool, and I decided that I'd be taking the fall semester off. And I went to visit my mom's side of the family in Sweden. Side note, I was adopted from South Korea when I was 3 months old, and my mom is from Sweden, and my dad's Irish-American from Connecticut. So when I asked them to stand up at the end, they're like, why aren't they Asian? That's why. I decided to go to Sweden, and I had the intention of doing some science internships with my cousin Sherston and her husband Marcus, who are both scientists at Lund University, but I decided when I was there not to pursue that. And I ended up taking Swedish lessons, working a bit as a bartender, and I took photos with my $200 PowerShot Canon little camera. And what I soon realized is that I had iMovie on my MacBook, and my Canon could shoot video. And I made little videos almost like a journal, like little journal entries about my day. And one particular stuck out where I made a video for my Aunt Ganilla baking a pie. And on her birthday, I screened it to the family. And Ganilla loved it, and she had tears in her eyes, and she gave me a hug, and I was like, wow, film can do this? This is freaking amazing. So, cut back to the first day back to Bowdoin that spring semester. It was freezing cold, because in Maine, the winters are the worst place ever. And everyone had made solid friend groups the past semester, and I really did not feel like I belonged there. And Bowdoin didn't even have a film major. And so my best friend Alexi was just like, come on, don't get so down. And he invited me to his apartment to hang out, and we walk in, I sit on the couch, he asks if I want a drink, and on his way to the fridge, he passes a boombox and he hits play, and You Too Beautiful Day blasts on, and 50 people come out through closets and doors holding a sign that says, welcome back, Alex, and they lifted me up, and I thought I was in a Disney movie. And I knew I was going to go do anything to make Bowdoin work. Bowdoin is actually, it's a small school. There's only 1,700 kids, so it's smaller than Poudre. And so I switched my major to cultural anthropology, and instead of writing 30-page essays, I made short documentaries. My dean, Tim Foster, helped me get a grant for a Canon 7D. Back then, it was a really awesome digital SLR that could shoot 1080 HD. And I had a work-study job to make promotional videos for potential Bowdoin freshmen, highlighting how cool Bowdoin was. And so, and at graduation, I shook both the president, Barry Mills, and Dean Foster's hands, and they told me to keep the camera and follow my dreams. And so from then, I moved straight to New York City, because in LA, you have to work as a person who gives coffee, and it takes all this time to get to a position that I would want to get to. And so I was like, let's go to New York City where I could just do what I want to do right from the start. And so I made a website, alexkcolby.com, and put all my college films on it, and then posted it to Craigslist. And then I got a job at a lobster restaurant and it was my senior documentary was a documentary on a lobsterman in Maine. and there was this new lobster shack called Luke's Lobster that had opened, and I needed some way to get money. So I told him that I emailed Luke at Luke's Lobster because I thought that would be his email, and he responded, and it turned out that the guy I filmed, Bobby, who was the lobsterman in Maine that I filmed, was one of his dad's friends, and who was a lobsterman. And so I got hired full-time there and became manager and helped him open 2 other stores, but meanwhile I worked there like 50 hours a week and smelled like fish all the time. And then in the evenings, I would do overnight editing for like Sam Adams and get paid nothing. But it would be like from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. and learned how to edit, and then like filmed everything from like Puerto Rican pop singer music videos to yoga instructional videos for like little toddlers, and anything and everything in between. And some I got paid for, some I didn't, but I knew that like this was my passion. This is what I wanted to do. And so yeah, basically like if you don't have to know exactly what you want to do when you go to college. And if you do, that's fantastic. You continue pursuing it. I say take classes that interest you, and if something feels good, lean into it, and then take more classes. And if you find that one thing that makes you tick, give it your all and let nothing and no one stop you. I had hard drives crash with irreplaceable footage, $18,000 of equipment stolen in one go, people telling me it's impossible for someone by themselves to make film in New York City. I've had to eat ramen and $1 bagels all month because I couldn't pay rent. And instead of like any of these things stopping me, I took them as lessons and used them as fuel for me to continue following my dream. And this is, I just turned 29, March 1st. This is like a year ago. I made this on my 28th birthday. And I was going to make one on my 29th, but I've just been under too much pressure of other jobs. But I've like, some of the things I did this past year, I went on tour with the Chainsmokers. I filmed a lot of their videos. I got hired by the UN to film the first ever teen refugee at the Olympics in Rio, and made a documentary about that. And while I was there, I met the CEO of Nike and then became the official on-the-ground Nike filmmaker for the Olympics, which was really cool. I filmed this thing called The Big Quiet, which is these huge mass meditations. So like thousands of people come together and meditate. And we did one, the last one we did was on the top floor of the World Trade Center, and 1,200 people came, and we shut down the World Trade. It was just crazy. I went to India to film for this Indian fashion brand called Road Resort. And while we were there, we got invited to the Pink Palace of Jaipur, India by the princess. And I got to film everyone like throwing the color holiday Holi, and got to film that. And this past year I was in Cuba. I filmed a dance TV show with a professional dancer from Alvin Ailey Dance Company in New York on Cuban dance. I was there for a month, and that's going to be on Netflix soon. Don't know the working title. I'll give that to you later. But yeah, I'm really excited that I got to share my story. I haven't actually shared my story in front of this many people, and also in Fort Collins, so that feels really nice. And I want to thank my parents, Beta and Kevin. They're right there. For adopting me and always believing in me, and thank you to Poudre. This education that I got here was just fantastic and really shaped me. And so,
I hate to remind you
go
of
for
your
it.
age, but this is 27.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know, I'm 29.
I know.
Thanks for reminding me. All right, let's see if this works.
Yeah.
You want to turn the lights off down here too? There we go. Can we turn it up?
Turn it up, lights down.
That's nice. Yeah, there we go. This year I learned how to live live out loud and discovered who I am more than ever before. I traveled to South Korea for the first time to find my birth mom and connect with my roots. I took a school bus across the country documenting people's dreams and ending at the Special Olympic World Games. I went to Charleston, South Carolina with activist Ray McKesson immediately following the racially motivated murders to document what mainstream media wasn't sharing. I went to Burning Man with a group of strangers in a cat helmet made by my friend Max and found my alter ego as Kung Pao Meow. I traveled around the world with my new morning dance party family Daybreaker. I filmed indigenous leaders all over America talking about violence against women and their tribes. I celebrated New Year's in Panama with 100 new friends and spent a week creating deep bonds with 40 people in Costa Rica. 27 was a year of travel, self-discovery, and creative freedom. The advice I want to share is that you don't have to hide the person you want to be underneath a cat helmet. Live life the way you deserve it to be lived, and watch your dreams come true.
This is how we run. It's how we fall. What if we get to choose? What if we leave all we got to lose? What if we learn? What if we learn? I wanna feel closer. Need to be closer. I wanna feel closer, closer to you. Burn the bridge I made. Wish that I had stayed. What if we really get to choose? What if we leave all we got to lose? What if we learn? What if we learn? I wanna feel closer. Need to be closer. I wanna feel closer, closer to you. I wanna feel. No. Closer, need to be closer.
I got this custom-made rig, stabilization rig. So I brought it, so I'll be out at the drinks and food, and you can hold it and try it out. If you want to see it.
So thank you, Alex, for not only giving up the African safari for Poudre High School, but hopefully inspiring our seniors as you start on your new path. Hopefully you'll all come back and have some amazing stories to share with our next groups of seniors. So I would really invite you to do that, stay in touch, and come and share your stories. Also, I thought I had the coolest job in the world, but I'm now feeling a little conflicted, Alex. Before we conclude our celebration, there are a few people I'd like to thank who have been instrumental in putting on tonight's event. Thank you, Carrie Plataski, for the lighting, CSU students Annika Yapper and Isabel Drews for the music video presentation, our student council members led by Mark Buffington and Kate Clifford for setup, handing out programs, ushering guests. Also a big thank you to our ambassadors who are led by Cassie Ponslow and Denny Bain for greeting our guests. And then a big thank you to Kathy Toplin and the PHS Catering for the refreshments that we'll be enjoying just out here in the Commons. And then finally, this event has been about 9 months in the making by our College and Career Center coordinator, Marnie Clam, who's coordinated all of this, who extended the invite to Alex to come on out here. So please help me recognize her for all of her creativity. We now invite you to join us in the Commons for refreshments, a slideshow, a picture, photo booth that you can do with families and donors. Congratulations again.